Hi YouTube, this is your retirement planner. In this video we're going to talk about a proper asset allocation. What percent should you have in stocks? What percent in bonds? What percent in cash? And other things like that. A good way that I've been using to figure out my asset allocation has been to take your age and subtract it from 100. So I am 23 years old, so that means that I would like to have 23% of my retirement portfolio in safe, in a, it, I'd like to keep it very, very safe. This would include bonds, cash, and CDs, at least traditionally. Um, Perhaps later on, coming up in the near future, instead of US dollars or treasuries, that might be gold and silver. I would certainly think so, but for the moment, the US dollar has been very strong, especially with our situation in Europe, with Greece and the pigs over there. It Piigs. I didn't mean pigs the animal. Um, Hopefully you know what I meant by that. But long story short, as Europe gets worse, the whole entire world will run to the U.S. dollar and treasuries. At least that's what people are doing for the moment. Later on in the future, I think people will be running towards gold and silver. But again, as the moment, for this current moment, it is the US dollar and treasuries. So what I did is I take my age and subtract it from 100. So I want to have 23% of my portfolio very, very safe. Again, whether this is CDs, interest rates aren't that high. It could be treasuries, it could be gold, any number of those things. But for me, that 23% I want to keep safe and sound. That other 77% is open for equities, for individual stocks, mutual funds, ETFs, things of that sort. And also, I have broken down that 77% into large cap, small cap, and international. So what I did was I took that 77% and I divided that by 5. This is kind of getting a little detailed, but for those that are really interested, I think you would appreciate it. Okay, so 77, this is for me. So if you find out how much you should have in equities, for me, it's 77%. Divide that by 5. I came up with 15.4%. So I would like to have 15.4% of my portfolio in international funds. This could include mutual funds or ETFs or individual stocks if you know what you're doing, if you pick the right ones. I also want to have 15.4% in small cap. These are a little bit more risky and volatile. When they go up, they really go up, and when they go down, they really go down. That's why I've chosen 54%. For an older person, it's definitely got to be much, much less because they can afford to take that risk. So when I have that 15.4 for international and for small cap, now I want to have 3/5 of that, 77%, towards large cap. For me, that is the S&P 500 index. This is a list of the largest 500 companies in the United States. This includes everything from Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, ExxonMobil, McDonald's, Walmart, Home Depot, Bank of America, JP Morgan, the Goldman Sachs. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Basically any household name, any store that anyone in the United States has heard of, most likely it's in the S&P 500. These are large cap, and the S&P 500 is a blend, so it's a mixture of growth and value. This, I think, is a good idea to keep the majority of the equity portion in large cap, but as you keep on going on with age, it's good to take 1% each year and transfer it from the large cap equity, international, and small cap, and transfer that into the safer things that I've mentioned before. That is US dollar, US treasuries, and gold. So hopefully you found that not too confusing. If you have any questions, any comments, concerns, please put them in the comment box below. I'll try to get back to you and explain things a little bit more clearly if it wasn't the first time. And also, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Okay, thanks.